Welcome back to Survive or Thrive Challenge. This is the beginning of week 8. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Evan.
Alright, well first we're going to start with, we've been shopping. We had $12 to spend. What did you buy?
I bought some pears, kilo of pears, some carrots, so a kilo of carrots, dates, half kilo of dates, some rolled oats, 1.8 kilos, and I had some money left over, so I bought some, bit like a trail mix, mixed nuts, etc.
Alright, so each week we get a small budget. The first week we got $20 and then it drops by $1 a week, so that's why we're down to $12. $12 doesn't buy you heaps. What I got yogurt, 1 kilo of vanilla yogurt.
Has it got much sugar in it?
I didn't check this week, but it's just like the Coles home brand or whatever, so I'm sure it'll be full of sugar. Got a kilo of pears, and then I walked around the supermarket and I couldn't find anything decent, so I bought another kilo of pears. It was a bit, remember last week how you said you're like, oh, you're not really looking for something? I was a bit like that. I was walking up and down aisles, I'm like, I'm looking for some inspiration, and I'm like, I don't want to buy some junk food when I sort of regret, so anyway, put 2 kilos of pears and some yogurt. So I think these segments as we move on, like, they're going to be pretty short because you can't buy a heap with $12, and when it gets down to $8 or $4, we'll probably spend more on fuel driving to the supermarket than we
might have to combine our funds or something.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what we got in shopping. All right. What did you cook? Did you cook something interesting?
Yes. So my wife and I made up some ham. So we processed some pigs the other week, and with some of the legs, we made a solution off a YouTube video, which was mostly a bit of brown sugar, salt, then a few herbs and spices, and we soaked the bits of pork in there for 3 days. Took them out, let them dry out in the fridge for another day, or the cool room, and then cooked some up, froze some, but they came out pretty good.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I had a taste of some. It was really nice. So I also used some of the pork, and I got some of the belly and some of the back strap, and just did just straight salt and sugar just in a bag, sealed bag, and I just flipped it over each day in the cool room. So that would sort of, I was trying to do sort of some homemade bacon, and then I smoked it yesterday for probably about 8 hours, just very low temperature, so I didn't even get up to 50 degrees Celsius, just so to get that smoke flavour through. And then I finished it in the oven just so to make sure it was cooked. Like I probably cooked it about 150 degrees for a couple of hours. And what I found, there was some little bits like tenderloins, so they're like quite small, and then there was some big back straps and whatever. The tenderloins, because it had a lot of surface area, they were quite salty. But the bigger stuff, really nice. So really good. And one thing I found with that process is it showed me that there's 2 levels of fast food. There's fast food where you just go through drive-through at McDonald's or Hungry Jack's or something and get food. But this challenge has taught me it's like how slow it was to make that bacon or the ham in your case, where we processed a pig, we're hanging it in the cool room, and then 4 days later we butcher it. And like processing is probably an hour a pig. Butchering is probably 30-40 minutes a pig. We're doing a few at a time, but by the time you set up, like it could be an hour a pig. And then you get the cuts, and in my case, I popped it in a bag with the salt and with the sugar, and then it's another 3 days, and you're sort of flipping it each day. And then I got the smoker cleaned out, and then there was 8 hours of smoking, and then 2 hours in the oven. And then when it comes out of the oven, like you're slicing it up, like it's a huge process. Where I can see where someone goes, let's just drive down the supermarket and buy 700 grams of bacon. Like it's just so much easier and in some ways more efficient. So it's sort of given, like during this challenge, given me an appreciation for what people went through, say, 100 years ago, like the pioneers and the early settlers of. It wasn't fast food; it was just a slow process.
Yeah.
So that's been quite interesting for me, reflecting on that and how the world they've got big machines and factories and systems that has made things a lot more efficient, but by doing it the homesteading way, it takes time. And I'd like to do more, but it just sort of takes time. And during this challenge, it's the balance of going, let's homestead and let's grow our own food, but how do we make things more efficient? So I suppose this week, reflecting on that, I'm probably surviving, not thriving. Just the time putting into it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've probably got a slightly different perspective on that. And for me, it's not so much the preparation time, it's probably the organisation, because we're generally dealing with either whole bits of meat, as far as like a rabbit or a chicken or a larger cut of meat, and come dinner time or half an hour before dinner time, it's sort of too late to start thinking about what you're going to have for dinner unless you're going to scramble some eggs. Like I'm often thinking, at least 24 hours in advance, okay, what am I eating?
Yeah.
Because, those larger cuts take a lot longer to cook.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's been a little bit of a challenge to stay ahead of the game so you don't get to dinner time and it's not whip down to the supermarket and grab a couple of chicken wings or something really basic you cook in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You've got to really think about what are you eating over the next couple of days, and then make sure it's ready to be cooked, then cook it.
It definitely is different. It gives you an appreciation for another way of I suppose doing food rather than whipping down to the supermarket, which I sort of see now as that's fast food. Because you just go get a kilo of bacon and cook it up and go for it, rather than feels like 2 weeks from like processing the pig right through to actually eating the bacon. So there's a lot more sort of preparation. So so anyway, that's what we've cooked. Let's do random items. So each week we get a brown paper bag of something. I'm going to choose this one. We don't know what they are.
You want to guess?
It's like sugar or something.
I think I got like a squeezy.
I think it's a bag of sand. I hope they didn't just go get a Snaplock bag and go out to the sand pit.
I think I've got a squeezy pouch, so like you could have yogurt
like a baby
or a
food?
baby one.
Oh, I reckon it'd be baby food in this one.
Yeah, it looks like chicken and vegetables and rice.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, and I've got instant pudding.
Instant pudding.
I'm a bit excited about this. More excited than...
Do you want to swap?
No, thanks.
Chicken, vegetables and rice.
It was better than wasabi. We got wasabi a few weeks ago, and I think I told you my son had a bit of it, and now it's like the baseline. He had something the other day, and he goes, that tastes worse than wasabi. It's like he set it as a benchmark of like, it's bad if it's worse than wasabi. Instant pudding. Never made that in my life. I'm sure it'll have some how-to instructions. Cool. Excited.
Hopefully you've only got to add water to it.
Oh no. True. Sprinkle contents over 700 mils of cold full cream milk in a bowl.
Okay.
I think I'm milking some sheep.
I think so.
We've already got our challenge worked out, but I sort of want to change, but we haven't done it, we haven't filmed it yet, so I sort of want to change the challenge for selfish reasons to, let's go milk some sheep.
Yep. As long as I get some pudding, I'm in for it.
Oh, how many does it serve? Okay, pour into 6 times 250 ml capacity serving dishes, so that's 1.5 litres.
Yeah. I think
okay, what do you reckon? We milk some sheep.
Yeah.
Okay, should we tell them what we were going to do, or just leave it for another week?
No, we'll do it another week.
Another week. Okay, well, there we go. Unscripted, we've got a challenge this afternoon. We've got four dairy sheep. We're going to milk the sheep. I did milk them when we first got them, but it was a few weeks ago, so we're going to milk some sheep. I'm not sure if we're going to get 700 mils of cold full cream milk in a bowl. It'll be warm. Okay. Inventory.
So we went out earlier today and we counted all the animals that we have on farm, and we estimated their weights, because some of them have obviously grown, some of them haven't really grown, like some of our older chickens wouldn't have really changed much in weight. Then we put that all into our spreadsheet to spit out a figure. And would you like to know maybe what we started with, including the animals that we've added?
Yeah, yep.
So 989 kilos.
Yep.
Would you like to know how much weight of animals we've processed over the last 7 weeks?
Processed. Well, we processed 7 pigs. Like, well, 6 pigs, and yeah, so 7 in the last 10 days. 200 kilos? No, I don't think we've... 120 kilos. I have no idea.
320 kilos. So it's live weight.
Okay, live weight.
320
So 320.
kilos.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's surprising. There's 2 of us, and here we are. We just started week 8, so the end of week 7 was yesterday.
In saying that, though, the last 2 weeks we've done 210 kilos of pigs.
Yeah, we've done a lot, and that's going to feed, if we eat all that meat, that's going to feed us for a long time.
But that doesn't include anything that's been hunted, as in any deer or anything like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. 300 kilos. Okay.
Then, as far as what we've got now in live weight of animals, so we started with the 989 kilos. Currently, we have 1,005 kilos.
Yes!
So we're winning.
We're winning. Oh, wow. Okay. So with those pigs, we probably do need to say, so we processed 7 pigs. We processed 1 the week before last, I think, and then we processed 6 last week. We're not going to eat, Evan and I are not going to eat all 6 of those pigs. So somewhere we will probably need to adjust in the system what that looks like.
Yep.
So, and the reason for that is we still need to run the farm like outside the challenge, and we want to change the breed of pigs we've got. So we're processing some pigs, and so our families and that will eat the pigs. So we're going good then. Yeah. So if you took if we said we're only going to eat half of those pigs and the other half is going to be for our family, we're winning.
We are.
We're winning. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know when you sort of pause there and going, oh, is it going to be down to like 600 kilos or something? But we're winning. And one of the things we do have to our advantage is we've got baby chickens that are obviously they're growing, and piglets that are growing, and lambs that are growing. So we've sort of had a baseline of animals which we're going to gain weight. But if we just had 10 mature cows when we started, and we processed a cow, it's going to be very hard to catch up.
Yeah.
So that's where the inventory is going. Well, that's interesting. Let's get on with the challenge and go milk some sheep.
Yeah.
And make some instant pudding.
Yeah.
It won't be instant. We'll leave it to it. Let's go to that now.
Okay.
So in my random item, I got instant pudding, and I read the ingredients, and Evan brought to my attention that do I even have all the ingredients? And it said we needed 700 mils of cold full cream milk, So milk the sheep, and how many mils do you say?
About 750 mils.
750 mils. I'm just inclined. I don't really follow the recipe, so I can put it all in.
All in.
And we put this mixture in, and we beat it for 1 minute. So let's go.
Wow.
Oh, it's a bit powdery.
Very powdery.
Should have had a mask on.
Okay, now how do we put this thing down?
We're not quite sure what we're doing. We're still.
Oh, look at that.
Hey!
Put a bit more speed at it.
We worked out we probably should have put the milk in first because we can see little bits around the edge that weren't quite mixed. So Evan is fully qualified with a spatula to get this thing working.
Bit now. Bit more of this one. There we go, looking good. What do you reckon?
Okay, so that goes in the fridge now for 15 minutes. So it's so we've had the instant pudding in the fridge for, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. So let's see how they are. Ooh, there's the first one.
It's pretty
Oh,
good.
like set.
Look at that.
Okay. This is sheep's milk pudding. Let's have a go.
Looks good. Smells good.
Oh man, it tastes alright.
Does taste pretty good. Wow.
There you go. Random item this week. Pudding made on sheep's milk. There you go.
Pretty good. You wouldn't even know, would you?
Quality.
Mm.